Guys, welcome back. It is Racer X, and today I'm in the Hellcat taking a little cruise. The weather is a little bit weird outside, so hopefully I don't get caught in a huge rainstorm or something like that. But I'm actually on my way to Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine, Texas. This is where I have placed my order for my brand new C8 Corvette. So many of you may know that most likely the Hellcat's going to go away. We've got a C8 that's coming. However, there are some developments on the car. I want to kind of bring you guys up to speed on a few of those things. We'll talk with my salesperson, Michael, while we're there. Also, guys, I want to show you some of the cool cars they've got up there. A couple of really cool things to show you, and it should be a pretty cool day. Also, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you slap the subscribe button down here in the corner, and we are off. We got the 1,000 horsepower helmet. God. I actually just passed my fuel station. I run on E85 in the Hellcat, as many of you know. And believe it or not, E85 gasoline right now, it's normally a little cheaper than regular gasoline, but it was $1.13 a gallon right now. I can cruise around on $1.13 a gallon, let's be honest. I haven't seen gas prices this low since I was like 8. I don't know, man. It's been a long time. So it's just a lot of weird stuff going on right now. Strange. On the highway, this thing just gets down. It really does. It never gets old. Well, guys, I'm actually here at the dealership. They've got everything locked up, like tight as a drum here. Like you can't even get close to the dealer. So they're kind of making a special spot for me up there close to park this thing and then go inside and check out some of these cars and hopefully talk to Michael while we're in here. Well, check it out, guys. I have arrived, and I'm actually in the service bay. And matter of fact, I've got my buddy Michael here, my sales guy. There he is. And he's actually pulled in this beautiful 3LT Corvette for me to take a look at. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and take a harder look at the car because there's some really cool things that I want to show you. But first, I actually want to talk a little bit about what's going on with my order. All right, guys, check it out. I got Mr. Michael here. There he is. Boom. And he's actually going to let us know what's going on with my individual order. So what's going on? What's going on with my order, Mike?
Right now, your order is in 3,000 status.
Okay.
All right, 3,000 status means it has been accepted. We're just waiting for 3,400 status, which means it's been accepted by production control, and we'll get a target production week. We'll know when your order is going to get in here.
Okay, so the GM plant is shut down.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. So what that means is we don't know when my car is going to come in. It could be delayed.
It could be a month. Could be 2 months.
Yeah.
It really comes down to everything that's going on right now.
Or more. So my order's kind of stacked behind some other people's. Correct. And stuff like that. So we don't really have any real specific data in terms of when this thing's going to show up. But technically it has been accepted by the plant. So that's good, right?
It is there. It is going in. And it will be here.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know, right? So what do you think in terms of like, will it be a 2020 order or will it be a 2021?
It will be a 2020 order.
Okay.
GM has stopped accepting orders, but your order is already in there, and based on production, your order will still fall under a 2020 allocation. Perfect. Well, we'll see. Well, guys, one of the things that Michael was actually telling me was that this car, even though it looks smaller because it is mid-engine, it's actually a little bit longer. And it's just something about it. When you stand back and look at this thing, it looks just, to me, guys, it looks just like a 458 Ferrari. I mean, what a cool looking car. And you guys are going to start seeing more and more of these on the road. Of course, with the plant shut down right now, there really aren't that many out there. But when you look at one of these in person, you realize it sits very low and it just doesn't really look like a very big car, but dimensions can be a little bit deceiving because of the shape of it. But it is a longer car, which surprised the crap out of me. Guys, check it out. This is actually a 3LT. So I will go ahead. I think I told most of you guys I got a 2LT.
If I haven't, you know now. But you can see it does have the tan, it's got the tan interior in it. Now, one of the big differences here is actually some of the suede trim that you get. You can see like right here, you've got kind of the suede trim. It's just a little higher interior level than say the 2LT is. You can see it's got the beautiful seats in here. Really, really sharp spec on this. And I want to kind of get in this car and show you a little bit more. All right, guys, I'm actually going to go ahead and give this thing a start. It's not a true cold start, but it's kind of a cold start. But I will say, listen to this thing when we go. Here we go. What an exhaust note on this thing. For a stock car, this thing sounds mean as hell. And I realize we're inside, guys, but the car sounds really throaty for a bone stock car that's brand new. And you can see the driving position here. Everything is very, very driver oriented. It's very much a cockpit in here. You can see even with the steering wheel being a flat top and a flat bottom, I mean, it's like sitting in a cockpit. It's a very, very neat feel to this vehicle. One of the things that I want to show you guys is just how cool the instrumentation cluster is in this car. You can see we basically got a big iPad here, which is really pretty easy to use. You can see we can adjust some things here. We can go back to the home page and you can kind of navigate over. You can go into your performance data settings, lots of stuff to do. And one thing that Michael just pointed out to me is you got to make sure you have an SD card, which actually goes over here in the glove box area. So make sure you get one of those. But check this out. Check out the settings on this. So this is your normal kind of touring setting. But as I go down to the actual the deal here to change it over, this is how you change over your drive modes. You simply click this over to the right and you can see this thing will change. So what we'll do is we'll go over, we'll click it to the right. There we go. So now we actually see things change quite a bit. So we go from sport, now here we have track. So I'll go over and switch it again. Let's see what happens in track mode. Check that out. Track mode is an entirely different looking display here. And one more thing, you've got your Z mode here. Let's go ahead and see what happens when we push Z mode. And once again, you get a completely, a little bit different display there for Z mode. Very, very cool. And something that Corvette obviously spent a lot of time working on, and just another really neat feature of this car. One other pretty cool little feature here, you can see, because the motor is behind you in this car, it's a little bit difficult to kind of see out the back. You can do it. You can actually see through the clear glass back there. However, you can see there's Michael, he's waving to us. But if we flip this bad boy, now we have cameras, and he's demonstrating it for us. But you can see how clear that camera is. You can actually see the Hellcat there in the background. But just another cool little feature that they've come up with. The roof on this car here is actually removable. So when you take that thing off, it actually goes right back in here quite nicely. GM did a lot of work to try and make this thing functional. And you can see the clips here. That's actually where the top goes. And there's another spot down here in the bottom where it just slides right into, which is a little hard to see, but it's down in there. And of course, this thing actually has two trunk spaces. You've got one here in the rear and the other one is in the front. So we'll actually jump up here and we'll take a quick look at the front, or the frunk, as some people call it. He's got the secret button here. I know there's a secret button to release that up here. And there it is. So in case you want to put some basketballs or something away, or won't fit any golf clubs. But you know what? It is a pretty cool little storage space, and I mean, it's better than nothing. So at least it gives you a little bit of extra storage in this car. And for a legitimate sports car, it is kind of nice having two storage areas. But you can see that GM did go quite a ways when it came to trying to make this thing as functional as possible. Check it out, guys. They went with like a stealth fighter type design here almost. And, I don't necessarily know if they had to do that, but I think it's cool that they did. It's just one little extra touch. Leave it to GM to come up with something like that. One thing I do want to point out that GM really took a lot of time with was the cooling of this car. You can see, obviously, it's got radiators here, not only in the front, but as we sweep around the side of the car, one of the most striking features, guys, is this, where it sucks in the air from the side. And really, the airflow was a huge concern for GM as they designed this car. And you can see up top even the cooling here. You know, they thought about that, and everything on this car is very purposeful. A lot of engineering hours in this. You can see we do have the backup camera there, which is kind of cool. But check the car out from this angle. It is just like a spaceship from this angle. So very, very cool car, guys. I cannot wait to get mine. I am super, super excited for when it finally does show up. Guys, this new Corvette comes with staggered wheels. What I mean by that is on the front here, we've got 245 Michelin Pilot Sports, and these are actually 19s. Where in the rear, which are right back here, of course, we do have 305 with Michelin Pilot Sports, and this is actually a 20-inch wheel. So completely staggered setup on this, so you won't be buying 4 at a time in terms of the same size tires. But on a lot of the traditional sports cars, that's what you get, and that's what we got from Chevy on this. It's a pretty cool little setup. So check out the back of this bad boy. You can see just how angular everything is. Now, this is a Z51 package, so you do see it's got the higher spoiler on it. Very aggressive from the back here, guys. You can see they've done a lot of stuff to try and keep this engine cool. I absolutely love how they've got the cooling vents set up here. Of course, you've got the glass. And then, of course, when we take a hard look at the motor, this is the business end of this vehicle here, guys. Now, this does not have the the appearance package on it, which would give you some carbon fiber bits here. Also, you can select different colors here for the top of the motor, different ways to kind of make this engine pretty. And they actually have a lighting package that goes in here that you can select as well, which is pretty darn cool. But when you look at this LT2 motor, what a pretty motor. And this thing, you know, it's underrated from the factory. Really, really sharp when you actually get in here close and look at it. And I got to tell you, the exhaust note on this thing is fantastic. So guys, we're actually going to get a start on this bad boy so you can hear what it's like from behind the car. And from Michael's in there, he's gonna start it up for us. But boy, definitely sounds good. See if he'll give us a couple of revs, see what this bad boy sounds like. That thing sounds really good. For a stock car, the car sounds really good. Well, guys, I guess that is it. I want to take a second and thank Michael for taking his time and hanging out with us today. Obviously, we're waiting on the car to show up, guys. No idea when it's actually going to be here, but I wanted to give you a closer look at the C8. So, you know, like I said, I took up Michael's time today, but he was gracious enough to come and hang out with us. But anyway, guys, I will keep you posted. Once I find out more, he will definitely call me and let me know. And so that's about it for today, guys. It's been a fun one. Until next time, Racer X.